a man will have his wife, and then he has like 4 different baby mothers, and each woman was treated kind of like the same way. He would pass through, spend a day or a couple hours, have sex real quick, play with the kids, and he's gone.
Watch out, boom shot. You tell him so there's a make the way to murmur now. So this one here short shot, you can't stop. Boom shots.
Boom shots.
So the other song that I'm really intrigued about also is Ward 21. Now, from what I understand, that's a mental ward in Kingston Hospital.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So what was trying to listen to it, I know there's like probably a lot of meanings behind it. What was the meaning behind having a song like that?
You remember the song called Augustone?
Yes.
It's a follow-up to Augustone,
Which was Augustine was a struggle about using your postcode, right?
Yeah, it was about
Not being able to get jobs in a different area, or
it was literally about somebody trying to create peace in the community.
Okay.
And he went down into the river to unite the community, to keep like a river party. So he used the stones to block up the river to the water.
That's right.
Yeah, and it built like a little pool, and then dig out the sand and get some depth in it. And police got a message that there were gunmen in the river. It's a turf war, territory war. Even though it's small, the community is split in 2. So the other side called and said, oh, gunman is in the river. Police came down, opened fire on the whole community. Babies, older people, everybody was running, diving for them life, throughout the time since Augustine was done. Some of the men in his age group either died or they're incarcerated, or they like in another country, and he was the only one left. And he got so stressed out because he's not the type of person who fire gun, or he's not a troublemaker, he's a mechanic. And he kind of just lost his mind for a little.
So it's and losing your mind, it's something that is so common. You're talking about having a mental breakdown,
yeah,
right?
He did. He had a total mental breakdown. He lost it.
So the song is for people to identify with that and be able to, what is that?
And to realize that everybody in the garrison, just because they live in the garrison, don't necessarily mean that they all fire guns and that they're all bad people. Sometimes you have trying individuals in the garrison who cannot deal with all the things that happen in the garrison too,
And also the results that these things can have. It's
Exactly.
not, it's a mental scar for life. It's not just, it's also loss of life. There's also, like you said,
Loss of
incarceration, but loss of mind as well. So
Yeah.
it's a deep thing. Yeah.
I didn't realize how deep this album was until I listened to all the songs collectively, and then I said to myself, oh my God, you totally went really deep, but it wasn't my total intention to do so, because I realized that a lot of people oftentimes, especially in this time, don't have time to really think about what you're saying. They just want to rock to a beat. So Clive Hunt made sure that you can rock to a well-produced song, but at the same time, reality is reality, and I don't know how to just be on the surface totally or to fake it. It is what it is,
Like I said, those songs I really wanted to ask you about, because I know there's so many meanings for everyone who's also going to listen to those songs. They're going to choose their own meanings from it. Very deep. Let's talk about the men, because you have a lot of songs about the men, right? It's so nice to be able to talk to a woman who talks about the men, because often it's the other way around, where the guys are talking about the women on their album.
Yay.
So, and again, it's some deep stuff in there. You get to speak on a female's perspective.
Right.
And you have a lot of songs in there that are very much about being loyal to a guy, even though he has done this, and this.
Right.
I mean, are these common situations that you come from communities that you've been brought up in? Are they related to your Jamaica life, or your what are they? I'm not gonna guess.
I wrote songs like Passing Through, right? Because one of the things that I observed when I went to Jamaica is when I went back to Jamaica in 2005 is that a man will have his wife and then he has like 4 different baby mothers, and each woman was treated kind of like the same way. He would pass through, spend a day or a couple hours, have sex real quick, play with the kids, and he's gone for another 2 weeks again, or 3 weeks.
Wow.
Before he's back again to do the same thing.
So it's like a round. He does the rounds. That's it. I get it. So that's what you literally mean, passing through.
Passing through don't make the connection true. She might realize she made herself blind. The truth will come out in time, you know. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Yo, Etana, we have to deal with why you write something like that?" But it's true.
Expose the man like that.
But it's true. I never liked it, and I thought it was unfair to the woman and to the family, and I still do think it's unfair. And then I wrote songs like Love Song that's saying, "I love you unconditionally." So in my mind, if I was in that situation as a woman, I would love him unconditionally, knowing that that is him. That, you know, I wouldn't be angry for his choices. But what I would have to do in that position is make a choice that will make me happy and my family happy. And my choice, even though I wouldn't want to be with someone like that, but I would still love that person unconditionally.
But it's, yeah.
There goes my mind.
It must be so difficult, especially like, you know, the example that you gave about passing through, because some may argue the fact that this is a tradition that has gone on within the Jamaican community for a long time. And so some, I mean, there's so many angles on it. I mean, guys may still, you know, there's women who do say, "I'm not going to take this anymore," but then they end up being alone
or angry. It's, to me, it's not, "I'm not going to take this anymore." It's, you chose to live your life this way. I want to make me happy. I want a family. And if you're going to come in and out, it's something that I will not appreciate. It doesn't mean that I'm angry at you. I don't hate you. I truly love you as a woman, but I just cannot live my life this way. So when you walk away, there's no animosity between you and the person. And also you can still have that person walk in, you know, be with his kids, and they could be happy too. So it doesn't have to be anger and animosity.
It's more
it's just accepting the person's choices, you know, to live. That's how he chooses to live his life. Everybody is born, every man have a right to his own destiny. You have to accept it.
Can you ever know?
No, what?
Can you ever know? I mean, can you ever know if he's not passing through like the next neighbor?
When a man is not passing through is when a man is home, or at least comes home every night, or at home more often than just a few hours in a week.
Yeah.
That's not passing through. That's actually, you know, being a man in a home.
Family man.
Otherwise, passing through is not good for the kids, because every child needs to be raised with their father and their mother. And even though it doesn't work that way in life, sometimes they pass away, people get sick. But if you are alive, I don't think it's a good thing for you to be away from your kids all the time. They need to learn from you. They need to learn, and if they don't learn from you, they're going to learn from other people, and it may not be so good. So you need to be there to create that example and be that role model for the lives you have helped to create.
What about if two people, I mean, often in life, relationships don't work out.
But it doesn't have to fall apart with anger. Because the reason why it doesn't work out is because of your own individual choices that you made in that marriage or in that relationship. And just because you made a choice that I don't agree with, I'm going to say, oh no, but it's not supposed to be that way, and you're supposed to. No, I wasn't born with you. You weren't born with me. We ended up together, and we've created a path. The choices you make along the way may tear us apart. However, it does not have to be with anger, because the greatest part of this whole circle is the lives that you've helped to create, who have no choice but to be there. They have no choice. Children have no choice.
So if two people don't get on anymore, what happens? Can you still be a family
You agree to disagree.
person? Can you still be a family person? Can you still raise your children?
Of course you can. You agree to disagree. Like, I mean, I would have my ex, or if I would have my ex come over and be with his kid or do whatever with the kid, because at the end of the day, my goal is to have my children be totally happy with their parents, even though we can't get along. But we have to be happy, or we have to get along for the kids, even just for their sake.
And you also have to accept that he is good for your children.
Yes.
And that's where the anger has to be broken into acceptance.
Has to be broken. You cannot, feed that into the children's life, because then you create angry adults.
Which is not good for anybody.
It's not good for society.
And I don't think any mom wants angry teenagers running around.
Angry teenagers are not happy people. They make bad choices, and sometimes even harmful choices to them. They hurt themselves in the process, and all of that, at the end of the day, came from you. That's not a good look. It's not a good feeling.
It's such a different way that you have put this, because often women, and I've heard lots of women, they're like, well, I'm not with that person anymore, so I don't care, and they can, and it's
anger.
That is anger, and that's often what's bred when there's separation with families.
Not only that, it hurts the individual too. It hurts me to be angry at you. It stresses me out. It makes me, I probably can't sleep at night. I probably eat the wrong food. I probably make bad choices. I probably yell at my child when I don't have to. I'm probably the meanest person every day when I go to work, and I make everybody miserable because I'm angry at you.
So everyone needs to calm down.
You know what? Forget about the egos. Forget about the old rules. It's life, and everyone has their own right to their own destiny. They can make choices that you don't agree with. Accept it. And move on without anger.
On that note, I might actually push to ask a question, as you may not get angry with me.